tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
So, yeah. You may be wondering why I look so extra dapper and totally not just re-put together. It's because Calvino decided he was going to roll over on my lap and do that I'm a cat kicking his legs thing and kick my coffee cup. Boom. Spilling coffee all over myself, my pants, and him. So, right before the stream there, while the movies were running, I got to go switch into my pair of ripped pajama pants that I keep down here in case, and a shirt that I just pulled out of a package that I got of shirts from Amazon without washing it, so it's rather scratchy. And I got to scrub him down with some paper towels before I let him back outside, because he was not loving the coffee on him. Luckily, it was lukewarm. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So, Dave, I put a whole bunch of emojis in chat there for you, so I don't know if you can see the chat, but that pretty much sums up everything. If you can transliterate those from emoji into Dave Thought, you'll have the gist of what's going to happen. I can see into the future. Some of those things are going to happen. The rocket launch, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, hi, I'm Frost. It's Tuesday. We're doing Frost Written, where I'm working on the lore and the legends for Legend Seeker in the Godlands. And I'm going to pull the map back up here and turn the map back on. Let me make sure the map is pointing at the map. And turn it back on. And is this the one? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. I want the small one. We don't need to cover up everything with it. Let's go to this one and make sure it's pointed to the right one. There we go. I just need to move it back over here-ish. There we go. Boop. So I exported a 7,000 by 5,000 pixel high up-res resolution version of this, so I can send it off to Rudai. It's like a 36 meg image right now, so it's pretty good sized. Challenge for chat and Frost. No food references in chat for the first hour. Too late, I said the word food. Never fun when you have to wear a shirt without washing it first. Yeah, it's a little itchy, but I'll survive. I'll survive. So, there's a couple things I'm doing today. I am working on entries and I'm working on some lore here, but I have a separate document I'm opening up off on the side, which is, oop, that's the wrong one. Let me open up the right one. I am working on a couple of things here. We'll put that back up so it shows up properly. All right, let's get the writing set back to the correct document. Huh, wonder why that's doing that. I'll close the document and open it back up. I love it when it does that. I opened too many documents. I think it got a little confused. We'll get your writing back. Anyway, I'm working on some ideas for Rudai because we have a couple more NPCs that need to have unique looks to them. In addition to the stuff that they do and everything, these are going to be things that differentiate them, make them stand out. Like the Lizard Barbarian is going to have the names of his lost tribespeople etched on his scaly skin. So you're going to be able to see all these runic names on him. Other characters have very unique looks and distinct ideas and shapes behind them, but I have a few more to come up with. So I'm thinking of these. So if you think of something that you're thinking, oh, this would be kind of fun, come up with it. Because one of them is going to be using a characteristic from this world. He's from the Caustic Strand, so he has the kind of olive Mediterranean skin, but his hands and arms are bleached. Oh no, I moved that guy. Never mind. I moved that guy. We're using that for a different person. Totally different NPC. This guy is the potter who's going to be turned into the cleric. So he is going to have a completely different look. In fact, he may be a redhead. I know a ginger. Yeah, that light mode garbage. Blah. Yeah, I'm not sure why it went to a bright white screen. I don't like that. Anyway, so I gotta open up this document. Where is it? Ah, here we go. It's my note document. All right, I'm gonna copy that out of there. Throw that there, and we're going to do. Oh, we're gonna go back there. I don't want to do that. We'll create a new document in the folder. This will be the best way to do it. I want to keep this distinct from the actual characters. Oops. All right, so this I can delete there, and I can underscore. Boop. And I open it up, and look at that, we got it. All right. Not a redhead, I know. Kind of psycho doesn't default to dark mode. In fact, why isn't it the actual default? I don't know why it's not the actual default. I mean, for my entire life, up until a few years ago, everything was just on a white background because that's the way everybody just default made things, because paper was bleached to be white. So the ink would show up on it. And yeah, it just kind of stuck. Crazy people. Crazy. Kind of people you don't want driving in the desert over landmines. All right. So we've got the red-haired man. Is there something else we could do that's distinctive? We could make him a very tall, thin individual, or we could do something else distinctive about him. Give him a unique way of dressing. We could give him a strange mannerism. We could give him an injury. I mean, this guy is a young person, though, and he's supposed to be able to walk. He's walking across the Godlands So maybe he looks more like a wandering like prophet. Never trust Frost driving in the desert. Ah, probably safe. Light mode users ignite to dismantle the tyranny dark motors. Just kidding. Get out of here with that garbage. Pitchforks. And kind of like toned down torches. Not too bright. We don't want really bright torches. Just maybe some just really dim torches. We don't want to hurt people's eyes. Never tell me where to go, Crescent. Shadow Warden, go to Goth IHOP right now. Keyboard is really loud. Must be mechanical. I used to make keyboards, which obviously wasn't the job for me. Yeah, I am always astounded at how loud my keyboard is. I think it's really loud here, and I have headphones on and I can hear it. And the microphone being right where it is so that people can hear me properly picks it up really well. I am still searching for a good keyboard that doesn't make a damn bit of noise. Some people like the clickety-clackety sound, though. Who knows? Maybe purple hue torches will do fine. Goth IHOP is real. I don't know if it's real. I got sent a directive to go there by Chris, and so I'm just sending everybody there. All right. We'll see he carries. So right now I have the red-haired man. He dresses in traveling clothes like a wandering prophet. He has kind of icy blue eyes with his red hair, which is going to make him look strange. Carries a walking staff made from metal mined near Rivenmont. Linear switches, I've already told you, you cannot expect a wizard to remember anything. You know, I looked at some keyboards, and I even checked a few of them, and the people are like, not as quiet as you would think. Like, what do you mean? See, I used to have a keyboard that was literally just little bubbles on a mat, but it didn't have the angle I needed for my hands and wrists to feel comfortable typing, and it didn't have the tactile feel I needed. So it was weird. I didn't like it. I didn't use that very long. All right, there we go. Interesting. Huh. All right. Hell, I'll just go to Twin Peaks for some food. Well, that would be a strange place to go for food, I think. But you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. That's not what I need. All right. Let's see. What else could we have this guy look like? I mean, we got one of the characters is a Soul Forge, so she's going to look very different. Very iconic. This guy is going to be tall with his metal staff. I wonder if he should have something else. What would you call it? It wouldn't be ubiquitous. So say wherever he goes, like butterflies and fireflies and other little bugs and things like that, kind of symbols of change, symbols of like, you know, the fireflies drive away darkness, the butterflies go through changes, because they're symbols of Senna, and they're supposed to be hounding him, tracking him, being with him, showing his abilities. So wherever he goes, butterflies, fireflies, and even Tiny Faye appear in homage to his service. And reverence for his service to the lost goddess Senna. Go with that. I'm only hearing excuses and no action. Well, I did buy 2 keyboards and they sucked. They were, one of them was as loud as this one. I'm like, what the hell? And I found out that literally it was a keyboard. Its saving grace was it had these little foam things underneath and you could replace all the keys. And like, I don't care if I can replace the keys. I'm not going to replace them. It didn't sound any quieter. The other one I bought was narrow and it didn't have the rest that they said came with it. Didn't come with it. And I checked and they're like, it says down below the rest was, it's not including the rest, but all the images had it. And I was like, dang it. So I went to go try and buy the rest and they're like, oh, it's only $30. Like, it's a $45 keyboard. I'm not buying $30 for the rest. So it doesn't really work right now. So I have it over on my other machine. So I'm still looking for other keyboards. I'm just trying to find a good one. I'm still looking. Wait, Twin Peaks is an actual place? I thought you were talking about going to the show. I didn't realize that was an actual place. Okay. Years ago, when one of my friends would want to go out to a restaurant to get himself a big dessert, because he loved dessert. I will tell you that story later, but it involved a restaurant. It involved people. And so just remind me later, after the hour's up, we'll go over it. All right, so I'm going to go past that one. Actually, I'm going to make one note here. Okay. Not people. Yes. People. All right, so that is something for the cleric. Now, I think the noble is going to be a character. I have her from. She is coming from Agrium, and she studied under a person. Again, the word person. Under a specific person who has a whole backstory that I've explored in the lore at the lexicon in Landria, Alexandria. Give it a space here. And I know you guys can't see me typing over this document, but I'm typing. You can hear me typing, likely. I'm going to go look up her name again because I can't remember it. Ah, okay. Yeah, we'll go with the lexicon. She's a vain young woman, impeccably dressed in Agrian fashion. From the elegant robes. I have to look up a term here to see what the difference is. Let's see what the term is. Why didn't that load up? Oh, of course it loads that page now. I clicked on a random word and it's like, sure, I'll load that page. Damn it. Okay, that doesn't really help. Okay, all right. Okay. Now I gotta look up this word because this is also a garment that I don't remember. Oops. All right. It is a garment. What are you typing though? Speak to me with that somber voice. Have any of the Mythic members got their NPCs worked out? I have not. So what I'm typing right now is about the legendary noble, about Cassia. She's a vain young woman, impeccably dressed in Agrian fashion at all times. From the elegant robes and palla, a scholar of the lexicon, which is her first style. And a palla is a cloak wrapped around the body. It's the luxurious version of the Roman men's pallum, fastened by a brooch. Foot-length sleeveless dress with straps or a brooch. Ba-ba-ba-ba. From the elegant robes and pallor of a scholar of the lexicon to the rich layered furs and mantles of a traveling noble. I think we're going to give her platinum blonde hair. Originally, I wanted her to be a brunette, like an actual, not really a brunette, but kind of somewhere in that range of brown to red. And then I thought, oh no, it should be totally just dark black, raven black hair. I think we're gonna make her feel more like the pale skin, the pale everything, because she's from the lexicon, and she's most of the time was very sheltered from the elements, being a noble. Ba-ba-ba-ba. So, never without a pair of gloves, she wears them at all times, not only for aesthetic purposes, but to keep ink and indeed the rest of nature from her hands. From staining her hands. Now, there's a reason she does that, but that will be covered a little more in her backstory with the person that she had to deal with that put her in the position she's in. All right, from touching your hands. There we go. Let's see. Haven't thought about it. I only know Dragon Noodle Soup has ideas. What about you? No idea, just thoughts. Rudai is going to be so mad at me in these meetings. What do you have in mind? I don't know. My employer has been researching purchasing a walking simulator. I think they should save the $60K and just go outside. Correct. They should. Or they should pay you guys $60,000 to go outside. Raises around. Yes, because the little story about her, and I can go into this a little bit. I don't think Aruda would mind if I talk about it. And if he does, it's too late. So the legendary noble, I went over some of this before, but I'm not sure how much I filled in. So once a scholar in the lexicon at Agrium, Cassia is a vain and callous young woman given to demeaning her subordinates and belittling their accomplishments. Only the most foolish or unaware initiates dared approach her, and that was how she liked it, to be alone, unbothered, allowed to study as she wished without interruption. Originally placed in the service of the temple by her parents to distance her from the court, she was secretly happy to be free of their expectations. Her days were mainly spent in research and reading until her studies took her into the realm of the Keeper's ancient lore. Casimir, one of the master scholars of the law who had also been drawn to the Keeper's works, often crossed her path, and in her talks with him, she realized how much lore was hidden from the acolytes. Encouraged by him, she sought out and accessed tomes that she was forbidden to see, brought him copies of her notes, and discussed ethics, morality, and law at length with he and his assistant Corvina. After some time, she began to see less and less of Casimir, rebuffed and held at bay by Corvina. When she did get a chance to meet with him, he seemed withdrawn, sickly, but obsessed with his research, claiming it was the only true path forward. Only true path forward. She began to spy on him, discovering that he was researching ancient methods to extend one's life. Keeper's documents hinted at methods and rituals, stories that most would believe were simple cautionary tales, locations and items that seemed to be metaphors rather than real. Based on what she'd seen, he was on a dark path, and she warned him, trying to get him away from Corvina, whom she began to have grave concerns about. Too far gone and too far under the influence of his alluring assistant, he cut ties with Cassia. Undaunted, she brought her family's influence and power to bear on the council of the lexicon. Through the shrewd application of her legal knowledge, paired with a few clever alliances and no small amount of gold, she convinced them to investigate their esteemed head scholar. When they discovered what he'd been up to, he was already gone, having fled their judgment, horrified at what he'd become. In his pursuit for a longer life, he'd fallen under the spell of Corvina, a succubus who had then seduced him into embracing lichdom, or lichdom, however you want to pronounce it. In the wake of his fall, the more dangerous texts were locked away, only available to those of Xander's clerical and paladin orders. New safeguards were devised to restrict access to the lexicon itself, and more bureaucracy was enacted to track who was accessing what. Humbled by her part in his fall, her personality softened, and she realized, how dangerous her hubris and misplaced curiosity was for herself and others. Sorry, Wolfie just decided to grab my foot. Thanks, bud. Cassia was promoted, but rather than staying at the lexicon due to her part in helping the disgraced head scholar down his path, she has been tasked with collecting dangerous knowledge of the keepers across the Godlands. Her search in particular has taken her to the Tolls, magical constructs in the Soul Spires that supposedly have a tie to the Keepers, their purpose unknown. And so she is the legendary noble class. So she uses, her ability to, not confuse, but to persuade and do a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you've read some of the class lore, you'll know about the noble class and some of the mechanics. I think it's gonna be an interesting class, and I think she'd be a fun one to play. Eccentric is in kick, and nothing is showing up because why not? Hey, there it goes. Oh, my kick page was crashed. Ha ha! I'm looking at it going, there's nothing. And I looked, I'm like, wait a minute, a map isn't on the screen. Cause my tab crashed. Yeah, it's a very different take on something, and I think it could be fun. Like I played a noble in, what am I trying to say? Traveler. If you ever played Traveler, way back in the day, in the sci-fi game, I played I guess it was sort of an ambassador, kind of bard type person in an old campaign. I had a lot of fun role playing him stuff, but there were people getting mad that I wasn't contributing enough to combat. Like, what do you want him to do? He's a talker, not a fighter. That's what he did. Boom. How's it going, this eccentric? Dave, that was a very interesting discussion that you guys had in our chat about fatigue and what it means to be fatigued in terms of the game. You and Noel were talking about that. Different Noel than the one you guys may be thinking of. Not the DM. Yeah, it's a weird thing that they could clear up by using specific words. So I think when we get around to looking at more of the stuff that Erudai's working on for the rules, it would be good to make sure that we've got some words figured out, and the verbs that are thrown around and the adjectives and the nouns aren't overlapping as much as they are in some of these systems. helped you guys not get into the fights to begin with. When they're in the fight, that's it. Yeah, well, you know, there was that. And there were times where I had him try to do things about not getting them into fights, and then they were like, well, wait. That's how we get experience. Like, you can get experience without murdering the whole town. You still go get experience. They're like, that doesn't make any sense. All right. So we had the legendary noble and the cleric. What do we think about... I want to get... I have a dwarf. The rogue is a dwarf. I would like to get a small person in one of these roles as a legendary character, but I'm trying to think which. I may have to write a couple of these up and see. Interesting. Let's see, where's this message at? Where's my message? And I've got too many people I'm talking to all the time. Ah, okay, yeah. Okay. All right, I gotta write that one, that one. That one I got figured out. That one. Ah, there we go. That's the other one I needed. I gotta check something out here. I had a note from a read-eye, but it's old, so I gotta go find it here. Bear with me while I scroll. Because I thought I wrote this down elsewhere, but I can't find the note. Okay, that one is not it. That is a person. This is sea break. Okay, that's that. All right, that is the adventure. Boy, how far back was this one? How far back is this note? Blarf, blarf, blarf. Okay, that is... Bop. Okay, that is the... Oh, that's those characters. Okay, that's not the right people. Dang it. It's even farther afield from this. Okay. My goodness. Okay. These are all those character classes. Ah, here we go. I'm going to get this stuff out of here because Rude-Eye wrote some stuff up for these. And I want to grab one of these. Where did this go? Okay. No, we put some stuff in here. Dang it, it numbered things. I don't want it numbered. And there we go. All right, and we put this one here. Where is it? Oh, we don't need to worry about that one yet. We'll do that next. All right, we got to worry about the warlock. And we've got this guy, legendary barbarian, who is a lizard folk. All right, and oop. Oops. I just downloaded the thing. Okay. Flash a light on my screen there. All right, I found the stuff I needed, which was back in December we talked about these. I just needed to find them again. And this one is... Where is it? I just literally grabbed... Okay, there we go. Grab that, and we'll put this in here as well. I'm putting down the descriptions that we worked out for some characters here, and chose from a couple different not writing, but a couple different versions that he had written up. There we go. All right. Hello, Sassy Witch. You can't type. Sermon Monk Halfling. Well, that's okay. Yeah, I don't think we have a monk picked out, and that's why I was thinking we could go with a halfling as the Saren monk. We'll see. Okay. This is... I'm just gonna put this in parentheses. He's an elf. She is a human. That was that. This is the lizard folk. And I think... I think the legendary... I think she was a human, but I'm gonna have to check. Let's see, let's put this, let's see here, there we go. All right, I'm sending a Rudai question here. All right, there we go. We'll see where that goes. Yeah, the couple I need to work on first, I need to work on the barbarian, the cleric, the wizard, and the monk. All right. I'm going to cut that out of there. We got the cleric, halfling, the barbarian, cleric, wizard, monk. Ah, there it is. There's the wizard. The wizard. Cut that out of there. Move it up here. All right. Because we're writing some of these up because we need their descriptions for the book covers. So got to come up with the good descriptions. So we know what they should be painted like. Broke a rule and talked to a neighbor. She asked for help, so now I'm having pizza. Evil coupons. The rule that keeps you safe. What happened to the hermit? Which hermit? Which? All right, let's see. The cleric we talked about. He's the red-haired man from Clayton. Young man with long red hair and a beard from Clayton dresses in traveling clothes like a wandering prophet with icy blue eyes. Here's a walking staff made from metal, mined near Rivenmont. Wherever he goes, butterflies, fireflies, and even tiny fae appear in reverence for his service to the lost goddess Senna. Oh. Alright, so I gotta come up with the idea of the monk. So, Zatka, the barbarian, is the keeper of lost names. Lizard folk barbarian with extraordinary purpose, carries memories and love of his lost tribe in Ashvara. So he'll be very obvious because not only is he lizard folk, he's got the names tattooed all over his body. All right, and the legendary wizard is an elf. Okay, he's got some special abilities. Let's see, ley line. I gotta change this name because it's the wrong name. Mastery of magical threads, blah, blah, blah. There we go. But we gotta make sure he looks unique. Let's see. What would that word be? What is a good word for this? Let's go to Thesaurus. Thesaurus.com. It's .com. Oops. Be an interesting way to make him look. So these people, he's going to be the elf. We're going to have the barbarian. We're going to have the halfling. And we're going to have the cleric. So we got a red-headed human. We'll have a halfling, a lizard folk, and an elf. Let's see. What are all the ancestors' options? Each class should be a different species. Well, we won't be able to do all of them different because I think we have like 12 of them. And so human, elves, halflings, I think I don't remember if you can play gnomes at the start. You've got lizard folk, but people can't play lizard folk. I don't think at the beginning, but I'm not certain about that, so I'd have to check again. You've got dwarves, and you've got different human groups. So we've got the Agrians, we've got the Freilanders, people from the Azure Kingdom, and right now I have nobody from the Azure Kingdom in any of the legendary characters, which is too bad, but we do have some really fun NPCs with them. And I'm trying to think what else is there for races because you can't really play an orc, but I think I'd have to find out. I think there are half races allowed. You cannot play a giant. Yeah, so we got a limited number of choices, so you don't have like 1,000 of them to start with. Yeah, I was trying to remember where it was, and I was like, oh wait, it's on Discord. You are right. It is on Discord. There are 10. These are those people's. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm going through them here because there's a challenge. Challenge rating, critical hits, systems mechanic, magic, critical hits, critical rate, official races. There we go. I thought I had this one saved off for myself, but I don't. So yeah, humans, elves, half-elves, dwarves, small folk, gnomes. Okay, gnomes are in there. Lizard folk, half-orcs, soulforge, and mums. Yeah, we don't have a mum out there yet. Mums. Floral humanoids who embody nature's beauty and resilience, blooming and adversity. Blooming and adversity. Soulforge are immortal beings. Half-orcs are fierce and determined. Half-orcs channel their strength into achieving greatness. Lizard folk are cold-blooded survivors. Gnomes are inventive and whimsical. Wanderers, master of illusion. Small folk are cheerful and resourceful. Small folk bring big energy to even the smallest of adventures. Dwarves are proud and hardy. Dwarves are unmatched in craftsmanship and resilience. Half-elves, born of two worlds. Half-elves bridge the gap between human drive and elven grace. Elves, mystical and elegant. Elves are deeply attuned to magic in the natural world. And humans, ambitious and adaptable. Humans are natural innovators and leaders. He added the pun on purpose. Woo! You know, the mum monk would be very interesting. Getting a mum on that book cover. And the thing is, the monk, if you were a mum, it wouldn't be like, hiya, I'm gonna kung fu chop you. It could be more like being one with nature and, you know, planting themselves and shooting out roots and knocking people over and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know. Could be interesting. Monk. But I will have to check with him and find out before I write anything up because I just don't remember. Monk named Moss. He's got a hat that's just a fruit cup, and it's just nothing but bananas and grapes and things popping out over it, and you can just have a banana. All right. So I'm writing up about the monk here. I don't think we've shared this guy's name. So blah is a graceful male elf with shoulder-length brown hair, unusual violet eyes, and a habit of staring through people he's conversing with because, well, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. You should try to do another mute character. Nozaka would kill me though. Oh no! Blowing pollen, sneezing, and cracking his head. my face. I wonder if let me check something here. I wonder if I want to rewrite that. I need to look at another message from Rudai that I got here that has some really interesting information I think would work quite well for this character, but I got to go up to him. By the way, I got a message from a couple of my friends who started checking out the Moonskull channel, and they're like, "Ooh, I'm looking forward to stuff." They're like, "This art looks really cool for Strange Aeon." So yeah, I think the character art's coming together. It's pretty cool. And we've seen a preview of the intro video, and it's pretty cool. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, line the elements. All right. Okay, let's see. He wears yeah, he's a graceful male elf, blah 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 blah. He wears the robes adorned with strange symbols he's gleaned from studying the artifacts of the keepers, the largest of which is a representation of the hexagram. Unity of creation. Representation of the hexagram is the hexagram. here. Come to me. So yeah, largest of which is a hexagram, but let's see. A rune represented the dichotomy of existence, the unity of creation, and independence of all things. Okay. The art looks so good. Yeah, glowy Godwin. Exactly. Hello, Cajun Corey. Chrysanth, I can't draw your character. She's too cute. But I want to see your art of her. Cajun Corey, 8%. Should be terrifying if I do, and thank you, cartoon goes against my nature. Hexagram, what's that? It's a very interesting image that Erudai is working on that represents the Brotherhood of the Gilded Veil and all these secret bits of knowledge they have. It may or may not be an image with a specific number of triangles hidden in it. And it may also involve forgotten cycles, a threefold trial, a sixfold path. You know, there may be numbers there. Speaking of that, has anyone heard from Barney in a while? I have not heard from Barney in a while. He was usually posting so much music, and then he'd chat about, numbers and stuff, and then he just kind of went quiet for a while. Hoping everything's okay. Yeah, I should ping him. I'm going to ping him. I'm going to do it. There, checking in on him. See what's going on. I feel that Legend Seeker will just be a conspiracy theorist with red string all the number 36. Maybe. Maybe. And it's just a Charlie Day with the Pepe Sylvie thing standing there at the board, pointing at everything. And Erudai will be cackling about it. Exactly. All right, we got some information about them. Okay. I made one of those factor meals for dinner because I didn't have time between everything else and these meetings, and I won't have time afterwards because I go right into my other game. I made what was it? It was a filet mignon with roasted red peppers, and it had some tortellini with spinach and tomatoes in a lemon butter sauce. It was quite good. Or growling about it. He might be growling about it. I don't know. All right. So If it's an opportunity to mess with people, he'll take it. 36 triangles. Exactly 36 triangles. Woohoo! Chrysanth is totally part of the lore. Yep. All right. There's that one. I could write up something about the mum. But let me check something here. Could we... No, okay. I have the note over here. I guess I will go look and find it. Though, if I try and search in this, it's going to be... search options. Is it going to do the whole thing? All right. Okay, here we go. I found them. Abilities. All right, we got all kinds of different types. Highly adaptable. Humanoid shape and plant matter. It could be flowers, trees, shrubs, fungi. So what kind of a mum do you think the monk could be if we did a monk as a mum? Let's just do it, and if it doesn't turn out to be the one, we'll have it off for a different NPC we'll use somewhere. So they can vary greatly in height. Some are tall and elegant like reeds, others shorter, more compact, dense like bushes. Bodies are composed of flexible vines, sturdy bark, soft petals, making them resilient to physical harm, but highly susceptible to fire and extreme cold. What do you think about a mushroom monk? Or a flower monk. We could have it be a flower monk girl. He's going to revise the mums. What kind are they? What do you mean, Dave? I mean, the monk, I mean, we could make it any kind of mum we want. Short and stiff. So you think a short monk. I thought it was going to be maybe a girl monk. I don't know. Maybe we should come up with a couple of them here. The mushroom would be kind of funny. Or some kind of a fungal monk. Because then you can, you know, shoot spores. He's got pocket spores. It's like pocket sand, but pocket spores. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different types of mushrooms, too. There's, you know, like the shelf mushrooms and oyster mushroom with that cool, weird head kind of thing. It could be a puffball. A puffball would be a little weird. I think having some kind of a fungal stalk body with, you know, the long legs that could move around, kind of like a lithe fungal thing, like a body that looks like it's made of something, but you know, all the little mushrooms are growing up and out of it, would be interesting. What kind of mums are there? Mums are almost anything. They could be like trees, shrubs, fungi, bushes, flower plants. They're very, very varied. They're kind of like almost like you'd picture fae. You could have many different types. So lots of types of them. That's why I was thinking it'd be kind of interesting if there was a flower-based monk, but I think the mushroom-based monk would be kind of fun if he's, you know, maybe small folk sized, but he's got, you know, asymmetrical, you know, the fungus growing off of him. Would be kind of entertaining. You don't know the different types of anything? Well, there you go. You got bushes, trees, fungi. Some have vibrant, colorful petals. Some don't. I could see there even be like a desert version, like a little, looking like a little mesquite tree. He's just this little stick man. It's just wiry and like gnarly little hands. totally doesn't need a whole lot of moisture, and he has he's very he smells like incense because you know all those logs and trees out in the deserts and stuff where they scrape the bark for cinnamon and incense. So he just smells like herbs, and he just because he you know they communicate by sense, and you'd be just like, what is that? That smells so good. Oh, that's nutmeg. No, that's his name. His name is Nutmeg. Darkwing Duck and Plant Duck villain. Oh my gosh. Fungi female monk. Pocket spores. Can't grow larger than a certain size. Name him Fernando. A fern monk named Fernando. Oh no. Oh gosh, there's so many mums. I'm just writing down some of these. Okay. Pocket spores, I think would be fun. Oh yeah, I gotta write that down. I'm gonna write that. Pocket spores in all caps, of course. So then I started blasting. All right. Thought a daffodil, a pair of them, or a pot of them. Got it. What do you think, this eccentric? Do you have a favorite kind of a mum that you'd want to try out? So we got a fern one. We got a flower one. An orchid mum would be interesting. I'm coming back to nutmeg now, though, for some bizarre reason. But I like the fungal-based monk, but I can't think of a good name yet. But I love the idea that he's or she is asymmetrical and has, you know, the little spores or the little mushrooms growing off him at different spots. Could be fun. Cute daffodils. Sandalwood monk, and they're constantly defending themselves from perfumers. Get off! Get off me! Stop it! Okay, all right. Just got word back from the erudite that I was right my first note that the legendary warlock is a halfling. So that will be on that book with those characters. So this book will end up having the human cleric, probably the mum monk, lizard folk barbarian, and the elven thing. Oops. All right, let's see what he says. He may say, no, it's supposed to be a blah, blah, blah. Which is fine. Rose Mum with wicked thorn attacks. Yeah, purify all of you. Go away. Nice. Rudy the Red Rose Mum Monk. Mossy. She's so thorny. Wow. Snapdragon. Oh, that could be entertaining. Breath spores. Ooh. Okay, eccentric. That's kind of a fun idea. Okay. Oh man, it's already 6:17. Wow, we're flying through here. You know what song I hate despite having a catchy tune and sounding nice? Imagine by John Lennon. Oh yeah, honestly, I gotta say I don't like that song because the sound, it's so preachy. It's that but if you like it, that's great. You can't all see it. You can't see it. You can't see nothing. And it might not even be spores. It could be pollen, like we were talking about. It just still goes around. It just, that Snapdragon Mum is such a jerk. Just goes around breathing spores and everybody, hoping to get everybody pregnant or pollen. I mean, yeah. Imagine having no money. Yep. A monk fruit monk. Oh no! You just made me think of another one. Oh, a durian fruit monk. No. He's just, hey, you want to see something? No. No durians. Oh, yeah. He just smells. He just looks at you and goes, and just smiles, and his head's a durian fruit, and it just cracks open. And everyone around him is just like, yes, I agree. It tastes horrible and smells horrible. I don't understand how anyone can eat it. If something smells that bad, it tastes bad. I hate it. No, all characters must talk. All right, we're going to italicize those and make them smaller. Characters must have at least one language. Every one of those foods people start eating out of desperation. Oh, yeah. We can't get out of here. The lions are coming. Well, we can eat some of these. Oh, God, don't open that. I can't help it. It's either I eat this durian fruit or I eat you. Okay, open it up. We'll plug our nose. All the tigers are like, what are they doing in there? It smells horrible. Oops. Gonna unaccentuate that. Gotta accentuate the positive, right? Right. Really curious how Erudite plans on having an entire playable race be mute. Be fair, anchovies smell bad, but doesn't eating. I don't think anchovies smell that bad. I'm weird though. I mean, I literally drank this thing on stream and thought it was amazing. This little factor thing last night. I still have the bottle sitting here because I wanted to tell somebody about it. It's literally lemon, apple, ginger, honey, turmeric, and black pepper. And I think it's mostly juice. Yeah, the ingredients are lemon juice, apple juice, ginger juice, honey, turmeric juice, and black pepper, and that is literally all that's in it. It is quite a shock. It's like having a sour warhead with black pepper that tastes pretty healthy and good. I like it. Sounds like something your mom would drink. It's really good. It's really good for you too. Lots of antioxidants and helpful stuff. I've made golden what do they call it? Golden milk? Golden honey? It's something that's basically turmeric and honey and all these things in milk, and you simmer it and cook it down until it gets, you know, nice and hot. You don't really thicken it unless you really want to. And you drink it. It's really good. Which species is mute? Supposedly the mums are mute because they communicate via scents. Yeah, it's sour because of the ginger and everything in it. The lemon juice and the ginger juice are like woo. And I don't know. I could send I can show you the site. I think I might have another code somewhere. Actually, wait, I do. I might have another code here somewhere. If you want at some point, Chrysanth, I could send you one of these codes. I have some free boxes for this, and you can get one of those in it. I'll try and I'll look and I can see, because I don't know if I have to take a picture of the image or what. Ginger is the only thing that might turn me off. Retarded. Does ginger not burn? It can. It can. If you've ever had just chopped up ginger thrown in something, it's quite strong. I make a ginger tea like that. I think this looks weird though. Let me see here. Let's see. It's spicy licorice radish and the like. Yeah, it's a root. Having a rock for a co-pilot. Because my one character's private game was mute. He liked the idea of taking ideas from Wookiees since no one can understand them. Thought she was great on Gilligan's Island. If you've never had ginger chews, they're a candy. You can buy them online. They're little chews about the size of a little cough drop, and they're individually wrapped in little packages. You rip them open. They're soft little ginger candy with a little bit of powder on the outside, like cornstarch or something, whatever it is, to keep them from sticking to your fingers. But they are concentrated like ginger chewy candy, and woo, they're strong. They are not kidding. All right. Yeah, there we go. What is this thing? This is the Boswellia sacra. Cut to reveal its sap. Tree's primary species would frankincense, a resinous, and okay, cool. Let me check and see if there's a better picture of this. Like I'm looking at images of like Joshua trees and things like that because they're, well, desert trees. Okay. So I'm saying nutmeg is the name I'm using. It's not going to be nutmeg. We'll come up with his name. It's a wiry man-sized desert tree-based mum with elongated limbs and a thin crown of hair-like branches on his head, topped with green tufts. His legs are thorny. But his arms consist of closely knotted vine-like branches long elegant fingers. His So his legs are thorny, but his arms consist of closely knotted vine-like branches ending in long, elegant fingers. In spots, his body has been wounded, leaving healed-over scars which sparkle with resinous crystals, helping to give him his signature scent or contributing to. We'll say contributing to. Contributing his signature scent of incense and other exotics, because I found an interesting picture of it. Let's see. Oops. Loading a full res version. I don't want a full res version of this picture. I want to load this picture up. So if I save this, is it going to save? No, it's going to do an HTML. All right, fine. I'm just going to take a screenshot of the damn thing because they're being so persnickety because it's a place where you buy scents from, or buy pictures. All right, save this image into my downloads folder. Where's my downloads folder? Save that. I'll show you guys the image I'm looking at where he has some wounds on his body, his poor little monk body. Let's see. We'll put it on this one. We'll change the picture to this image. All right, we'll change it to that, and then we'll turn it on. So it's these trees that have this cool red inner flesh and bark. I mean, it looks kind of hideous, but it also looks kind of cool because that is just sap coming out, and that's what gives off the scent. That's where you get frankincense from. So I can picture him having some of the little ones of these on his, his body here and there. Because he's been through a lot, man. He's been through a lot. But let's see. Let's save this image. And if you don't know what a Joshua tree looks like, let's get in here. Let's find this one. Click on that. And boom, that picture became very large all of a sudden. I could fit it to screen. That'd be easier, wouldn't it? But some of his limbs would look similar to this on top, little spiky things on his head. But I also found some other really cool pictures of... That's the thorny tree. This is the other one. Yeah. This is the kind that actually... This is the kind of tree that actual frankincense and things come from. We'll save this one. We'll save it in the same folder. We will change the image to this one. And so this really thorny, like little branches where all these cabled little arms and stuff, it could be kind of fun. Thorny thighs. Good thing flowers to mate. Oh, heard of women with thorny thighs? That was because they didn't shave. Aha. You're a horrible person, but that's okay. Thankfully, they're mute, or someone would have them punning all the time. I would, or I'm so thorny, while trying to use charisma. Wow. Wow. Makes sense why it tastes so nasty. Snappy wounds. Yep, sappy wounds. Mum not going to like sappy. Eehoo. And I agree, this eccentric ginger is very good. It's quite good. If you don't like it, that's fine. I won't be a jerk about it. Not too much of a jerk about it. All right. Legs are thorny. His arms consist of closely knotted vine-like branches ending in long, elegant fingers. In spots, his body has been wounded, leaving healed over scars. Resinous crystals contributing to a signature scent of incense and other exotics. Yeah, I think that could work. Because Rudai did say he liked that one. But I'm also going to do one for the orchid. If we can think of a cool stuff about orchids, that would be kind of cool. Because the cool thing is you could make the face of the orchid be the face of the creature. So make the flower's face, that be her face with, the big flaps, but not like the scary things from Strange Things or Stranger Things, but like her crown of flowers around her head would be kind of neat. I need to try it again. Lemon tastes different now. Oh no! You just bought an orchid. Oh, nice. But yeah, there's so many cool looking orchids. They have a lot of different shapes and everything. And the cool thing about orchids is, well, they can be dangerous. They're very dangerous. I mean, she could be a cross between that and, like, what is it called? Oleander? White oleander? Oleander? Black oleander? I don't know. Yeah, oleander, it looks similar, but... Nerium, that's it. There you go. Bleeding hearts are kind of cool. Carpet of... So Nerium, I'm going to call her Nerium, is a flower-based mum. Here's the fun thing about her. Her face, a beautiful orchid with vibrant pink hues. Her body... How about a lithe and sinuous body draped in a carpet of oleander-like blooms in the shape of an elegant palace? The female version of a toga. And the thing about oleander is it's very dangerous. You gotta be careful with that stuff. You can kill people with it. Yep. So it's poisonous. The bitterness renders it unpalatable to humans and most animal. Can cause nausea, vomiting, salivation, abdominal pain, bloody diarrhea, irregular heart rhythm. The sap can cause skin irritation, eye inflammation, and dermatitis. So she can mess you up. Can survive just about anywhere. I always like bleeding hearts. I have a wall of Porthos. Oh. Orchid is weak for the most part. That's why she's got the drape of oleander around her to keep predators and people away. Bleeding heart with my Porthos forest. Would like my Porthos forest. Yeah, I think either one of these could be kind of fun to play with. So all right, we'll go there. I'm sending these to Rudai since he's, he's around. He's doing stuff. He's on the road again, like Willie Nelson. Monk's Hood is called the Queen of Poison. Ooh, really? I don't know anything about Monk's Hood. Well, I've heard it. And they used it in a Father or Brother Cadfael. Is that the... Wait, are they purple? Wait. Is this the Aconite Monk's Hood? Ooh, that's kind of cool. The ultimate plant person monk would be a bamboo. Hello, dragon. A bamboo monk. He just slowly kills you. His fingers just extend at you slowly. Ha ha! But he could also just have sharp fingers and punch you. But I think a bamboo monk could, or bamboo mum would work out pretty well too. Can you imagine a cactus mum? He's just like, what's he doing? What's that smell? That's his hug smell. He wants to smell. He wants a hug. No, 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 no. No hugs. Back off, Mr. Huggy Monk Man. Exactly. Hugs. Hugs. All right, we're going to save that under my writing folder. All right, there we go. Demogorgon, exactly. Ginger people are nice and spice tastes good as well. Wah, wah. You know, it'd be interesting. The only problem with doing level design is having a set of tools. The only tools that are available publicly for me to do that with, and the tools that I use the most, is the tools from Black Ops, like 3, I think. And they're pretty dated now. Pretty dated. I mean, it still works. It's the essentials are the same. It's just compiling and making maps are very different now. Should make your NPC a creeping Charlie plant person, difficult to kill and often return in greater numbers. Okay, that would be kind of fun. Yeah. Or a sunflower, and he just literally breathes fire out of his sun face. Or a dandelion with one of those poofy, the white poofy dandelion heads. Somebody punches him in the head and disperses all his dandelions, and then it spawns his friends. And then his little poofy things grow back the next day. It's like, haha! Used to have a wandering Jew. It doesn't flower, it has purple leaves. You know, my mom had one of those, I think. Way, way back in the day. A lot of stuff you need to learn game development, you can only have access to when you're actually within the company. Often. But the best way to learn how to make games is to either mod a game that already exists, find a way to mod it, find the modding tools and say, hey, I'm going to make my own Skyrim mod. Or I'm going to figure out how to put a character in Skyrim. Or I'm going to have to figure out how to put a character in Call of Duty map or something like that. And learning how to do that will teach you so much. And that's how we've gotten a lot of our people, modders. And some of them have turned out to be really good employees. Friend wants you to take it. Are they hard to take care of as a plant? I mean, I don't know. Are they a succulent? Maybe we have another mum idea here. Oh, yeah. This is, okay, because I think she had one of these. And now, is this, is this a plant that can actually, no, I'm thinking of the spider plants. They're the ones that send out the little things that land and then grow another plant and grow another plant, grow a little plant. I don't think these do that. Make a mod. A wandering what? That sounds sus. I think it was named after a Jewish person who turned or converted to Christianity at some point, like after the Crusades or around the Crusades. I don't remember. I like it. The ADL has entered the chat. Spider plants do that. Yeah, okay. Spider plants are the ones I was thinking of then. Yep. Okay. So are spider plants, but I always killed them. Well, when you're snacking on them, that'll do it. Yeah, because a lot of the mums come from up in this area. I mean, they're all over the place, but a lot of them are congregated in some of these areas here because they feed off of everything in the Rotwash in this area and the Foul Step Marshes. It's a really good place for a lot of them, so you'll find them all over the place up in these areas. And they're not too far from Moss. And you know somebody somewhere in their campaign is going to be like, hey, I'm going to make a marijuana-based bum. And they will. And then it'll be their own fault when they get smoked. That was a horrible joke, I know. They wandered from where they came from. The mums, that is. Yes. Well, they're originally from here. Zanata. Rock or rot? This is the rot wash. This is where all the gross stuff from the soul spires leaches out and then goes out and falls into it. Basically, the poison rolls out into here and then slowly gets filtered down into here and out to the ocean. So it's cleans. The land is cleansing itself. Magic, drugs, and Legend Seeker. Yeah, right now, only one thing that was in there that I mentioned was basically the idea of the Lotus type stuff over in the Azure Kingdom at the moment. There are other things, but haven't really put them in there. I'm assuming that a lot of that is going to be up to the DMs again. Like, it's good to give people all kinds of options to start with and then let them just go wild in their own campaigns. I thought I said that, yeah. Place from Elden Ring where everything is gross. I have no idea. I know nothing about Elden Ring. So, no, it's not the place from Elden Ring where everything is gross. It is a wholly unique creation. Especially spices, nutmeg being one of the most well-known. Wait, Jensen, what was that in reference to? Especially spices, nutmeg being one of the most well-known? Because right now, that's currently what I named that that little desert guy. Nutmeg. He's from out here. And if we go with the orchid oleander versions, he's going to be definitely from down in here, not having wandered very far. So she'll probably be, I don't know, she'll be out here somewhere doing stuff in the world. Fat Mr. Hyde from Van Helsing. I don't think I ever watched the movie Van Helsing. I saw previews of it and pictures of it. Make almond paste with bitter almonds and mash this taste with plenty of sugar. Wait a second. That doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. That seems dangerous. Seems super dangerous. All right. What are we at here? Time-wise, 6:50, basically. All right, we got a little bit of time still. Huh. What did I get here? There are people conspiring against me over in these other chats on my own Discord, encouraging me to do horrible, horrible things with cars and games and maybe real life. I don't know. Wow, that is a large plant, Sassy Witch. That is a large plant. Man. It's a happy plant, though. Oh, by the way, I was gonna tell you guys about my friend who used to want to go out to a place and get a huge dessert. He'd get one of those skillet cookies. He would eat a whole meal and then eat the skillet cookie because he's like, yes, I want the skillet cookie. And we would go to a place. We would go, like, normally if he wanted one, he'd go to like Chili's or something and they had a brownie in a pan. But this place opened up and he's like, oh my gosh, they have a pan cookie. We gotta go. And he said, okay, let's go. Or I said, okay, let's go. And it was called the Twisted Kilt. I'm like, that's weird. Is it like a, I don't know, is it a Scottish place or some kind of a weird sports bar with soccer and stuff? He goes, no, didn't tell me. We get there And it's basically like a Hooters, but all the girls are wearing plaid skirts that are about like 6 inches long. And the whole restaurant was like that. That was the whole theme of the restaurant. It was just normal food, but they had this big skillet cookie thing. And he was like, yeah, I really wanted a skillet cookie. I was like, oh, right. Right. So we were talking about Goth IHOP in one of the chats, and that popped up here. And then I thought I had to tell you guys that there was a place, and it closed near us. It was called the Twisted Kilt. I don't know if it was a chain, and that was their thing. Plaid skirt Hooters. Weird. Blow stuff up, Frosty. Yeah, boom. Just realized you're 10 minutes behind. You're 10 minutes behind, Jensen. Oh, poisonous plants. Thanks, Jensen. Got it. No, it wasn't a gay bar. Nope. It was basically just, yep. Girls in tube tops with, and often in fishnet stockings with, skirts, like I said, plaid skirts that were very short. So, yep. And then that place closed, and they opened a Panda Express in the same place. Ah, well. And then they tore it down and built an office building. Ew. Yeah, that would have been gross. You could go for a warm brownie with ice cream. Well, you're fasting right now. You want everything food-like, don't you? All right, there we go. I can move this over here. So I will let you guys know also if I hear from Barney, because like I said, haven't heard from him, so hopefully he's just busy. Oh, JJ completed his long drive as of 6 minutes ago. JJ was on a very long car ride. So he's safely where he was going. So yay. Fasting. Chrysanth even liked the hot sauce in her coffee. She'll try anything. Mm-hmm. Not in a month. I do want everything food-like. Yeah, well, I tried. Hey, because the JJ didn't want us to talk food for the first hour, I held off and waited. And also because, you know, you're fasting. See? Look what we did. All right, so I can close this document. There's my notes. Yay. We got a whole bunch of stuff written up, and we got a whole bunch of ideas for other NPC mums I think are going to be a lot of fun to have around. Barney the dinosaur. Maybe try Baby Bop? I don't even know what that is. Hopefully he wasn't injured in the recent migrant riots in Germany. Hopefully not. Who knows? Maybe he's just busy. Ah, you have Mythic Roll, so you'd have access to the Mythic Gold areas of the server. So yeah, now you can go look at all the lore and everything that we have up on there. So you can go in all the Legend Seeker, the nooks and crannies, Dragon. Because that's what the role is. The name of the role gives you orange. You are orange. Yep. Skillet cookies are good. You're right, this eccentric. They're not bad at all. I don't really eat dessert a whole lot, but I mean, they're not bad. I've had bites of them. I could never eat a whole skillet cookie. I couldn't do it. What is he doing over there? What are you doing, buddy? I can't really turn the camera over there because you'd never see it. It's sort of in the dark. I have a ladder over there because I replaced a light in the ceiling, and even I can't quite reach the lights down here because it's a 10-foot ceiling in the basement. And the ladder is sitting over there. I heard this clack. Wolfie is sitting on top of the ladder. He climbed up the ladder and he's just sitting there giving himself a bath. And he looks over at me and just goes, ee, 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 and his little Wolfie meow. Dork. Do you need help down? He just looks at me and goes, like this. You dork. You couldn't eat a whole skillet cookie, but I would definitely share one. Ah, there you go. BJ's Brew House is a giant one that has 4 flavors, like 6 scoops of ice cream. Who can eat these things? I can eat, like, 2 whole steaks. I can eat an entire pizza. I can eat tons of stuff like that. You put a dessert in front of me, and I'll just be like, oh, yeah, that was a good bite. You can have the rest. I'll eat like a slice of cherry pie or a slice of apple pie or pumpkin pie or something like that. Those I can do. But a whole cookie in a skillet? I don't know. That's just not my thing. Me! I cannot. A pint of ice cream will last me weeks. Nice, Sassy Witch. Hey, like I said, I can sit there and eat anything carnivorous, like, quickly and go crazy with it. I'm fine. By the way, I was telling a couple other people about this. There was a study released that was done by Oxford University, I think, about people on the carnivore diet and diabetes, type 2 diabetes. They said a number of the people on the study, which, contrary to their expectations, after being on the carnivore diet for a year, some of the patients who were type 2 diabetics stopped using insulin of any form and didn't need it anymore because their blood sugar was regulated and they had other health benefits. I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool. I mean, I occasionally like a vegetable. I like steamed broccoli and cauliflower rice and things like that, but I'm okay with a carnivore diet. Yeah, Barney's in Germany and works late, so I'm just, like I said, I reached out to him because I haven't seen him in chats and I haven't heard from him lately, so maybe he's just really busy. Who knows? We'll find out. All right, I got about a minute left here, so I'm going to start wrapping up. Thank you all for all the fun ideas and the banter about the characters. If you have any more thoughts for other characters, like cool mums or other creatures and characters, throw them in the comments afterwards. Give us a like. Throw some comments in there. I love seeing comments. We need comments. We need them, so please take the time to do some comments afterward. And I will reward you by, I don't know, not talking about food for the first half of streams? Maybe? We'll see. We'll see if I can pull it off. So, on that note, I am going to end this here. And I will talk to you all tomorrow, because we have Wednesday After Dark. And then I'll see you again on Thursday for more Frost Written right here on the Legend Seeker channel. I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Don't do anything stupid. If you do something stupid, make sure you have bail money set aside somewhere so somebody you know can get it to you quickly. So just think ahead. Just think ahead. That's all I ask. I'll talk to you later. Bye.